What's up guys, my name is Mars, welcome back to another video, and here back to my F1 2019 career mode, episode 11, and today is the British Grand Prix in season 1, but before start here is an invitational event where we're going to drive the Ferrari F2004 around Monza. This is the car that I think no one hates because yeah, the sound like you heard in the beginning of the video is absolutely outstanding. I absolutely miss these V10 sounds, but yeah, just to show just a little bit this car around Monza, Ferrari around Monza, one of the best Ferraris ever built around Monza. How many times did I say Monza? Around Italy. But yeah, a very easy challenge, an overtake challenge, and yeah, we passed the challenge and beat our F2 rival, Formula F2 rival Devon Butler, and now we are back into the office, and unfortunately two of our upgrades that was scheduled to come to this weekend unfortunately failed, but at least we got the MHU durability upgrade, but I was looking forward to get this engine upgrade because it was from the ERS, and sometimes I struggle to save some ERS, so it would come in handy, especially for the straights of this circuit. But we're going to buy these ones once again and should be ready for the next episode that is going to be for the German Grand Prix. But today we're going to focus on the British Grand Prix, and unfortunately we are on the paper now anymore the best of the rest car, so we are behind Renault and Racing Point, so Renault taking the fourth best car. Unfortunately we dropped, but we are very close in relation to the other team, so it's not the end of the world. And the special attention for Williams that is taking a giant leap in these last two races, so maybe we're going to see Williams getting closer to the midfield. That would be very great to get more close racing, and Red Bull got closer to Ferrari, so very good to see that our senior team is doing very well. And then let's see if they can catch Mercedes to get me a good car if we perform well at the remaining races of the season, so that would be very good. But here we are on practice, and it's not very normal to show you the practice progress, but some things happened during the practice that didn't happen to me very often. That is making a track acclimatization test without the DRS, and we did it anyway, so we got purple in every single corner, and yeah, we got purple, but that was weird. I never had a DRS failure on a practice program. So here we are, this is practice 3, we're doing the qualifying simulation, and we are already in P1 because I decided to make give another go in the program to see if I can get purple. But as you can see, we are 1 second up, 8 tenths now as we cross the line. And it's not enough, so I just had one go because I didn't have enough ERS and tires. So, but despite that, having the green, not purple, we gone faster in practice 3. So that was pretty peculiar, I can say. But now we're going to qualifying, and let's see if we can carry this momentum. It's not going to be P1, obviously, but let's see if we can be best of the rest. So it's time for qualifying.
It's time once again then for qualifying here at Silverstone on what we're hoping will be a tight contest for pole position. The competition is certainly heating up as we head into today's qualifying. Some impressive times showing up during the previous practice sessions. Anthony Davidson, do you think we can expect a similar level of skill to be showcased during today's qualifier?
Well, I certainly hope so. The competition here is extremely tight, and I think we might see some very close times today. Remember, practice isn't just about fastest lap times though, it's about optimization, it's about ratifying your decisions. No one's going to be sweating small mistakes here and there, but in qualifying that all changes. You need to nail that perfect lap or face the consequences, and believe me, that's a lot of pressure.
So here we are in Q1 in the second half of the lap, and things are going pretty good. I think I feel good, especially with the good downforce that this car has. We are the 4th best team in terms of the downforce department, so I felt very confident, especially in this section through Maggotts and Beckett's, that it was absolutely satisfying to make this section go off corner. So we're going to open the DRS and join me on the rest of this lap. No, because I'm going to get to the end because to not lose any time, so sorry for that. So we are finishing our lap, going through the last couple of corners. Hamilton with the fastest time with the medium tires, so Mercedes saving tires, and we're going to cross the line, and we're going to set a 129.6, and that's enough to get us into Q2 with the 4th best time, so that with 7 tenths away of the fastest time of Valtteri Bottas. But now you're going to see something that's never happened to me in an F1 career mode game, and that is I was going to Q2, and the game somehow simulated the session or something like that, And we are back into the office with just qualifying 1 done, so the game is going to simulate key 2 and key 3, and I just did qualifying 1 like I said, so it's a glitch, yes it's a glitch without a doubt, but I never had this one. I don't know if you guys had, so let me know on the comments if you had this glitch, but we're going to carry on, we're going to the race, and unfortunately we're going to start in P15.
We're right back where it all began. The very first World Championship Grand Prix was held here at Silverstone in 1950, with Giuseppe Farina taking the top step of an all-Alfa Romeo podium. He earned 9 championship points that day on his way to the inaugural title. His winning total at the season's end, just 30 points. My, how times have changed. So let's see who can reach the top step of the modern podium today. The 3.6 miles of the Silverstone circuit in Great Britain is hallowed ground to the Formula One faithful. We have 18 corners that wrap around this former World War II airbase and some good passing opportunities at the end of the DRS zones. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. We should talk about Alfa Romeo. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Max Verstappen and Raikkonen, Gasly, Weber, Hülkenberg and Lance Stroll, Perez, Grosjean, Devon Butler and Albon, Thomas, Norris, Daniel Ricciardo and Kevin Magnussen. Russell and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid, and with preparations almost complete, let's head down.
So here we are in P15 after that qualifying glitch, ready to start the British Grand Prix, and let's see what we can do. Yeah, a little bit disappointed because we had so much space to be best of the rest. I think we would be capable of be in 7th place. So, but yeah, that's how it is. That's how the game is, and unfortunately, we have a challenge ahead of us for this British Grand Prix. I decided to play a little bit with the strategy. The default one was a soft medium strategy, but I thought starting in the mediums to see if I can go on the softs, but I think the difference of pace, I think we are not very strong to start on the medium, so I decided not to risk and go with the default strategy. So let's see what we can do in this British Grand Prix. 26 laps ahead of us. Let's see, our teammate is ahead of us, so 5 red lights for the British Grand Prix around Silverstone, one of the jewels of the calendar, and it's 5 red lights out, and the way we go to the British Grand Prix is that it was an absolutely terrible start. We already dropped into P16, P17, let's see, we're going to try to go round the outside of our teammate and the Renault and the McLaren into turn 1, and now we have ahead of our teammate and chasing down Devon Butler as we go down off the inside of Butler and try to do something on the house of Roman Grosjean, but we didn't have the traction enough to get past the house. We had similar pace on the paper, on the performance chart, but let's see what we can do as we go into the straight, and Devon Butler very close, but it wasn't enough. So still on lap 1, chasing down this train. I think we can score some good points still in this race. I think our pace is very good, but our run through Stowe wasn't the best, and there goes Devon Butler. Is going to dive down off the inside on the penultimate corner. Very wild dive from our former F2 rival, and Lewis Hamilton leads the way of this British Grand Prix at home, but our exit of the last corner in this race is not very famous, lacking a little bit of traction in that session. So Devon Butler trying something on the inside, but we hold round the outside, and that's us still in P13. So now let's try to catch Roman Grosjean, and here we are on lap 3 with the DRS already enabled, overtake mode and rich mix on the Haas driver, and let's see what we can do. He has the DRS as well, but we have more slipstream than him on the racing point, so we're going down off the inside through Stowe, and this should be enough to get us into P12. Yes, it is. He's going to try to chase us down, but into the last corners we are ahead, so Grosjean is maybe not going to do anything, and yeah, we managed to get a good exit out of turn 1. Still, despite I was lacking a little bit of traction out of the first corner, and you're going to see that of the course of the Grand Prix. So this is a little bit behind. This is Lando Norris trying to go up off inside of our teammate Alex Albon. Now Daniel Ricciardo out of nowhere taking the pieces of that battle with more momentum than these two guys, and gets ahead of Lando Norris, and now he's on the slipstream already in the same lap of Alex Albon. There he goes, he's going past, and I believe this is for P14. Albon tried to hold round the outside, but yeah, it's not enough. Our teammate unfortunately he's not performing very well in this season, despite our car being decent at the moment. But yeah, that's how it is. Unfortunately, our teammate has just 4 points in the championship, and as you can see, Magnussen tried to go on the inside, but Albon gets a traction on the outside. So this is in the next lap. There is go Albon on the outside of Daniel Ricciardo, and this is Kevin Magnussen is going to try something on Ricciardo as well. So taking the good benefit of the DRS, and Daniel Ricciardo can hold the position. And this is DRS open once again. Very close to the gearbox of my teammate. He's going to try to go around the outside. He locks up the inside tire, but now he's going to have the inside on the right hander. Probably he's going to get the position. No, because our teammate Alex Albon, he get the traction on the outside. So the good hero of this Toro Rosso coming to play, coming in handy to Alex Albon. Jeez, I was forgetting the name, but there goes Daniel Ricciardo on the inside. So this is a very good scrap outside the points, and our teammate showing that he can defend from these guys, but now he's vulnerable to Kevin Magnussen. They're going side by side through Maggots and Beckett. This is absolutely amazing. He's trying everything, my teammate, to hold the house, and at the moment he does so. And now they both have DRS against Ricciardo, but Ricciardo has walls away because these guys have been side by side through Maggots and Beckett, and yeah, they lost a lot of time. So there's Magnussen on the inside of the Toro Rosso, and there's Lando Norris maybe sniffing a move on the inside, but the move in there is a little bit far, and our teammate survives for another day, and unfortunately he's not been performing, and that's very unfortunate, especially on the construct. So this is Sergio Perez going up inside of Lance Stroll because he has a problem. So Stroll loses a little bit of time, so this is not the best place to make a swap between teammates. So Stroll lost a lot of momentum, and we gone up inside into P11. So that was a very weird overtake, especially between teammates. But remember, this is a video game. There is no team audits, yes, and unfortunately Stroll was with a problem in the car. So this is us with the DRS open up inside of Sergio Perez. Fusto once again, like we did on Roman Grosjean, and we made the move stick, and that's us into P10 in the points. So making a very nice shot, starting from P15, and at the moment the pace has been really good, especially in the second sector. This is Sergio Perez. He has a word to stay still, so we're going to push a little bit into the inside and all around the outside. We run a little bit wide, but we didn't receive any warning. So giving everything, because that Mercedes engine is OP and my Honda engine is not the best. So we're going to do everything to try catch Perez, but we have to stick with the guys ahead. At the moment ahead of us is the Renault of Nico Hülkenberg, because I don't want just P10. I think we have the pace to do much more. And there goes Sergio Perez on the inside through the long left-hander. We're going to try all around the outside. We do so, and we remain in P10. So in terms of straight line speed, we are very weak, and Sergio Perez with that OP Mercedes engine, like I said, he's taking the most of it. And even in this zone where the overtakes are not very common, there he goes, and we're going side by side. We're going to hold on the inside, and we do so, but we got caught a little bit on the cover. We're going side by side once again through Maggots and Beckett. This is absolutely amazing, so close to rip off his front wing, so close to the rear tire, to his front wing, but we survived for another day. But I think Sergio Perez has another word to say, a little bit off to the grass. It was a little bit of a distraction for me, but there goes Sergio Perez once again, but he's not going to do anything, just a little look, and we survived for another day in this British Grand Prix. And by lap 11 we're going to pit and try to get the undercut on the Perez on the racing point, but he's going to pit on this lap. So it was scheduled for me to pit a lap later, but I decided to come a lot earlier because I didn't want to risk to get undercut by Perez, and I thought I would get the undercut because I thought Perez would stay in one lap longer. So this is us. We're going to get rid of these on these old soft tires. Jesus, they are old, yes. They have 11 laps and dress a brand new set of medium tires, and we go to the end of the Grand Prix with this one. So in terms of strategy, there's nothing to play, so it's not going to be no one is going to do anything extraordinary with the strategy in this race. So now we're going to push and try to chase down this Renault ahead of us, that is of Nico Hülkenberg, and try to waltz away of Perez that we did in the closing stages of the first stint. So this is us on lap 13. chasing down Nico Hulkenberg very close through Mackes and Beckett. Now Hope and the DRS, and this should be a pretty easy move with the overtake with the Hope overtake mode and Rich Mix, and that's like I said, a pretty easy move on the Renault. Now just try to waltz away of Hulkenberg and chase down the two Alfa Romeos of Kimi Räikkönen, because Weber, our former F2 teammate, has been absolutely mighty in the last races. He challenged the Ferraris in the last episode. If you haven't watched, I highly recommend to go check it out. But we are chasing down Kimi Räikkönen already in lap 15, skipping forward to lap 15 with the DRS open. Should be a little bit more harder because that Alfa Romeo is a little bit slippery on the straight line with the Ferrari engine, but we made the move once again on the inside of Stowe. But Räikkönen is going to try Old Brownie outside, has a good exit through Stowe, but we're going to really squeeze him off, and that's us remaining in P8. So now he's trying to chase down Lucas Weber. That is a little bit far from the road, but Räikkönen has a word to say because our exit once again is not that famous for the last corner. So we're going to try Old Brownie outside, very close to contact. That was freaking close, but I had to make the move, and now we are seeing once again our teammate getting overtaken by Kevin Magnussen. So these guys have been scrapping so much that the Williams of George Russell, that is at home, catch this guy. So hopefully my teammate is not overtaken by Williams. That would be very humiliating, but he's very vulnerable to the Williams actually, and George Russell is going to make a move on my teammate. So the Williams, the slowest car of the mid of the grid, yes, not the midfield of the grid, overtook my teammate on the Toro Rosso, while me I'm in P8 and he's out of sight of the points, way far from P10. So that was very humiliating in my opinion, being overtaken by Williams, despite the team Williams is making very good progress in the performance charts. But this is George Russell with a slipstream with that Mercedes engine on the house of Kevin Magnussen. He has the downforce to go round the outside through Stowe. That was absolutely amazing. And skipping forward to lap 23, I couldn't catch Lucas Weber because he was we had a similar pace, and this is my teammate Alex Albon that is out of the British Grand Prix in the closing stages. So that was very unfortunate. He was out of the points, so he wouldn't score points anyway, and we passed him, and that's the end of his British Grand Prix coming to an end closer. So we are watching this, we're going to watch this DNF, but this is chasing down the Williams before, and try to go running outside of the Williams. I don't know if we're going to have traction. Yes, he had. So now the Williams is going to have the slipstream. He's very slippery on the straight line, and this is, oh okay, it was an engine failure, slowing down, and unfortunately there he goes very slowly. That Honda engine coming to an end. Yes, and unfortunately my teammate has been very weak, and that doesn't help me at all. That doesn't not me, then the whole team on the constructor. So we are here in lap 25, and Max Verstappen, another on the engine, this time on the Red Bull, is out of the British Grand Prix. So it's a double on the engine DNF. So maybe I have to be a little bit worried on the reliability side when we get to the R&D tree, where once we finish this Grand Prix, and there Verstappen in the same place of our teammate. So that is outbreak for Honda, but at least and there he goes. We're going to overtake him, be promoting to P7. So at least we're going to score points as well for Gasly. So a little bit of a comfort, I can say. But yeah, it was very quiet this second stint since we overtook Räikkönen, and me and Weber had similar pace, so there was no way to challenge. I had to save a little bit the engine from P15 to P7. A nice charge. I'm very happy. A good Grand Prix.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
There you go, guys, a very entertaining race at Silverstone, starting from P15 after a qualifying glitch, and we got P7 and we grabbed 6 points. So yeah, we weren't best of the rest, but really that glitch really screwed us up in the weekend. So Lewis Hamilton win in the league of his own at home in front of the British fans, and is going to stretch his lead on the championship table. And there he goes, the two DNFs of Verstappen and Albon on the Red Bull and Toro Rosso respectively. But nonetheless, I'm very happy. It was a very good result, but unfortunately it's me carrying the flag at Toro Rosso. So there he goes, the standings remain best of the rest, but now Lucas Weber is getting closer to us, only 3 points away, so we have to beat him. We must beat him on the next episode. That is going to be his home Grand Prix at Hockenheim. So let's see what we can do. I always like Hockenheim, so maybe we can get a good weekend. And as you can see, my teammate in P18 with just 4 points in the back. So, and in the constructors we are in P6. We could be in P4 if it was slightly decent. And unfortunately we are in P6, and now Alfa Romeo is best of the race in the constructors. So a very good episode with some points back. So now let's go talk to Claire because she has some questions.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You had a pretty close finish with Lucas. What's it like racing a former teammate?
I wasn't even closer during the race, but here I decided to compliment the team that our car was fantastic, and yeah, we received a reputation increase by our
You
team.
gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Yes, and here I decided to compliment the era of the car because it was absolutely amazing through Maggots and Beckers, but unfortunately my team didn't notice my answer. That was a first.
Appreciate your time.
And that concludes episode 11 of my F1 2019 career mode. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you see plenty more Formula 1 content. Receive a good amount of resource points after securing this Grand Prix, receiving an extra 400. And we're going to spend these resource points on the upgrades that failed for this episode and should be ready for the next episode, that is going to be the German Grand Prix around Hockenheim. And I decided to buy another one of the aerodynamic side things and buy a minor upgrade for the rear downforce. So we're going to have 2 minor upgrades and 1 major upgrade for the German Grand Prix. So let's see, he clearly is going to have a boost on the performance charts. Let's see if we can be best of the rest once again. But that was the video, guys. Everything going well for us, a nice charge through the field. But yeah, leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe to channel if new to see plenty more Formula 1 content. Really motivates me to make more. Going to use a new energy store, a new control electronics for the next episode as well, because they are really worn out. Maybe I'm going to use one more time when it comes to the Hungarian Grand Prix, because we don't need much straight line speed. So I think it's going to be the last race of these compounds, but I'm going to change because we need a lot of straight line speed for the next race. So trying to make a smart management to mitigate the grid penalties that we're going to have in the second half of the season. So once again, that was the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, but now it's time to say goodbye. My name is Smash, and I'll see you guys for a brand new video next time.